I hope you guys are doing good. Happy Saturday to everyone. We'll get started here soon, shortly. I know I had an appointment and the person couldn't show up, so I thought I'd come and do a live with you guys. Hopefully everyone can hear me good. Maybe give me like a thumbs up. Let me know if you guys can hear good and it's not cutting off. Hey Duke, you want to say hi? Of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you do. Of course. Hey, is CKD reversible? Also, how's the best way to take electrolytes with CKD? Yeah, CKD is reversible. Unless there's certain nephrons or anything like that that there are completely damaged. Sometimes we can partially reverse it, but it is doable. And you can definitely take electrolytes. It's not gonna conflict. It's a myth that, they tell you don't take too much potassium or too much salt and other things. Your body can adjust and is tightly regulated. You just have to do it correctly. You can't overdo it. You just have to take enough and don't overdrink, because you don't actually overstimulate your kidney for nothing and flush out all required mineralization. I do a lot of electrolyte mixes, by using 3 types of salts. We got Himalayan, we got Celtic, we got Baja, I got Dead Sea mineralization. And you can add like a couple of drops of lemon if you want. I don't really do that. Or you can actually use Ormic or Osmic Gold for additional what do you call it? Electrical balance. Because the electrolytes, all it is just electricity to the body, so the body can actually function correctly and allow all your organs to heal correctly. And it's all about, the only reason we are all failing or we have certain diseases is because we never really look at the root cause. We always look at the symptoms. So CKD is a symptom. It's not a root cause of an issue. The root cause is your mitochondria is not functioning correctly. See, everything in the body requires energy. And without the energy, you're not going to be able to fix anything. So you always got to look into, mitochondria genesis. What are the main ingredients to actually support your mitochondria so you can actually allow your body to actually start to heal itself? For example, I have individuals who have vision loss. I have individuals who have gut issue, heart issue, or heart attack, cardiovascular, blood pressure. Everything comes down to, at the end, being your mitochondria. And we never really look into that. Everybody automatically, still till today, for example, if you have heart disease, automatically we start treating the heart, or we start to kind of look into cholesterol, other things, but we miss the big picture. And the big picture is your mitochondria. Because if you don't have the energy, your body's never going to be able to heal itself. And the only way you can support mitochondria, there's like almost about 7 to 8 different supplementations so you can actually regenerate everything. And it doesn't happen overnight. It is going to take anywhere between 6 months to a year. It depends on the issue, how long has it been. And when you mix your water, you can always mix it with the electrolytes, like a correct balance of electrolytes. You can actually mix it into a copper vessel to keep all the electrical charge, or you can actually put it in a glass and put it outside so the sun can actually hit it and it becomes more structured water. Always drink it in room temperature. And sometimes what I do is a lot of people do is they add the shungite stones to actually clarify the water. So there's a lot of ways of doing it. And your most important thing is, I know there's about 7 to 10 different supplementation for your mitochondria, but your main ones is going to be your creatine, D-Ribose, PQQ. And when you're actually drinking it with your electrolytes, just make sure you are taking potassium chloride, not potassium citrate. You want potassium chloride so you can balance your sodium. Because the thing is, a lot of our salt that we mix, or a lot of the salt that we take, like such as Himalayan and stuff, the amount of sodium is super high. So you need to actually balance it with a little bit of potassium. Unless you follow like a carnivore diet like myself, I eat about 2 pounds of meat a day. So that actually contains enough, let's say, potassium chloride or potassium in it to actually balance your sodium. And there's other things I can talk about. There's other specific salts I use that, you know, even if it says on it not for a human consumption, that's just some marketing bullshit stuff. You know, you can buy something that is actually was made for like bath and spa and shower of a specific salt, and they tell you never to take it. It's all about money making. You can buy a bag for, let's say, $20, but if it was a human consumption, that bag will automatically becomes more almost like $120, because it's all about marketing and making more money off us. But trust me, guys, you can actually still use that stuff, and you can use it for a fraction of the price. But I hope that helps. If you guys have more questions, you know, feel free to ask me. I'm staying here probably for an hour before my other meeting. Is creatine okay with CKD? I'm trying to avoid CKD. My GFR. Yeah, creatine has nothing to do with your creatinine levels or isoprostane or your GFR levels, and will not conflict at all. Is the cholesterol of LDL 5.2 or 201 is too high? No, if 5.2, I think it is 201 is that in milligrams per deciliter, so that's fine. You know, the only time we start to kind of worry a little bit about cholesterol, it's not about worrying. It's whether your body is able to recycle it back or not, or whether your LDL receptors are working correctly or not. Only if your cholesterol, let's say, start to go above 450, that's when I start to kind of question things. You know, are your LDL receptors functioning correctly? Are they damaged? Should we actually look into what's going on? Then we can actually end up checking into this a little bit further. Like sometimes, like I have LDL receptors that there are damaged because of my, 11 years ago when I end up having the heart attack. So yeah, when I eat carnivore, yes, my cholesterol does go up, but it's not causing an issue because I control my LDL receptors with, let's say, berberine, some polyphenols and quercetin and NAC and iodine. So all these kind of control your LDL receptors. And once you actually take these, specifically copper as well too, you'll notice that your cholesterol is stable. Cholesterol is not the issue. The LDL receptor is the issue that is causing more accumulation. Haven't seen you live for a while. Thanks for the education. Yeah, no problem, Latra. I haven't been doing any live on TikTok because my account was banned and I lost all 300,000 followers. So I just started a new account and I haven't even had 1,000 subscribers. So I can't do live. So I'm just gonna stick doing lives from now on just on YouTube. And I think it's much better that way. And hopefully I can, still maintain my account in good shape. So that's where we at right now. And I know today I wanted to talk to you guys about mitochondria. So the main ingredients for mitochondria, if you guys do want to write them down, these are what they're gonna cause is a mitochondria genesis or biogenesis, because without mitochondria you can't really function correctly. So your main ingredients are gonna be, like I mentioned earlier, is gonna be PQQ, coenzyme Q10. You got magnesium L-Threonate, Some people like to use NR or NMN, which is to activate your NAD. There are NAD precursors. You have taurine, and you know I talk very, very highly about taurine. D-Ribose is another major backbone. Astaxanthin, there's a new company I'm dealing with from Australia. We're gonna start testing astaxanthin. I personally take astaxanthin very high dose for my eye that I injured 20 years ago. That would be a really, really good one to use. Of course, then you have your creatine and glycine as well. Can you let me know what are your levels for reference so I can use the receptors? Well, my levels of which? For my cholesterol? My cholesterol is in the upper 400s right now, if that's what you're asking. Just a balloon angioplasty to remove clot, which cause a 90% blockage. Need to schedule time to talk. Yes, we should talk, Michael. Let me know if you're able to book a time. We can talk about it a little bit more in specific, and I can give you some guidance and give you a proper protocol. For sure, 100%. Now, going back as well in regards to the mitochondria as well, don't forget you have the omega-3s, L-carnitine, all that stuff. Do you take all them supplements together? Well, the idea is once you actually activate your mitochondria genesis, the first thing you're going to notice is your HRV improving. Okay, that's one thing. Yes, you do take a lot of these supplements in a specific timing throughout the day, and after that you can start to wean off and adjust them correctly. I made it to 15 months carnivore. That's awesome. Been able to reduce exogenous insulin to half, but now plateaued to maintain A1C below 7. Got a continuous glucose meter not started yet. Now you should be doing some prolonged fasting so you can actually drop that even more. Where's Duke? Duke is here with us. He's right. He's just waiting. He wants to go. We're supposed to have a meeting and we're supposed to go to town, but it's raining right now. Duke, people want to say hi. You want to go up to the bed? Place. Come on. Place. I hurt my back while squatting in the gym. Lifting too much heavy weight. That's not good, probably. Feeling tired all the time. What to do? I'm taking supplements and exercise. Feeling tired. Tired is a symptom. So your root cause, what's causing you to become tired? You know, you're either taking too much stimulants or you're just, your electrolytes not working correctly. But all that actually is affected by your mitochondria. Can you break the timings out, please? The timing of which? Of every supplement that I mentioned? Well, you gotta keep in mind some of the supplements that they are what do you call it? Fat soluble. They should always be consumed with meat, with fat, and anything that is not fat soluble, you can take anytime through the day. Now that I have the glucose reading in real time, I will try some fasting. And when you do fasting, like do a 24-hour fasting, then increase to 48, and then you can do like a 72-hour fasting like I do it. I do my 72-hour fasting almost weekly, so you can definitely do that. But when you do a 72-hour fasting, don't forget you need to actually do some refeeding. So I'm not talking about refeeding and carbohydrates. I'm talking refeeding, eating more protein than you require. If you've seen one of my videos yesterday what I eat, I had like 2 pounds of meat and I had 4 eggs all in one meal. So that's my almost refeeding window. So you can actually activate your gluconeogenesis, so you can allow your body or your liver to produce proper carbohydrates to refuel your body correctly without actually losing or actually having too much catabolic effect, because the catabolic effect is going to end up producing your muscle tissue. Yeah, let's look at, I'll let you guys watch where I'm at. It's been raining today, but there's my little view. Me and Duke will sit here. Okay, you dropped my phone. Okay, Okay, down, down. Wait, you dropped the phone. Okay. It is a beautiful view, yes. A little bit chilly today for month of August. That's it. Our summer will is quite short here. So probably we'll start to see a little bit more rain and stuff after August 20th. Which is okay. Just too bad. Would love to actually have like a full long, like 4 months, 5 months of good summer, but we don't. We get probably like days of summer, probably about 30 days in total, like nice good heat. After that it's just very cool and wet. Is D-Ribose also okay for kidneys? Yes, it is. It does not conflict because we don't take such a high dose. So usually for people that actually have had a heart attack, we would actually take about 5 grams twice a day. And people that actually just want to use it to actually perform better mitochondria and actually help with healing, then you would take about 2.5 grams either twice or 3 times a day. That's it. And yeah, it does not affect the kidney, and it does not affect any of the filtration either for the kidney. I've got my dog converted to carnivore and he steals some dry. Sorry, I had to get this from Duke. Stay here, but don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. That's not to chew with. It's plastic stuff. It's garbage. I've got my dog converted to carnivore, but he steals some dry beef meatballs with dry kibbles, and they like it better than canned. 100%. Yeah, the more you can feed them carnivore, the better. The healthier they're gonna be. You know, it's always about quality compared to quantity, right? You know, take all that kibbles out, all that fiber, all that plant-based they claim that dogs require. They don't require it. You know, beef, organs, some eggs, you know, that's all you have to feed them. Seriously. And that's what I do with Duke all the time. I know when I had him when he was 7 weeks old, the breeder, you know, would feed them kibbles, which is I don't agree with, but you know, it is what it is, right? But yeah, he's been on a good carnivore diet. Now it's coming up to his age of 3 years, which is excellent. And now we're waiting for our chickens. We're only getting 1 egg a day. Would love to get 6 eggs. Beautiful view. Where is this? Cute doggo, by the way. Cheers. Thank you. I'm in Canada actually. There's my mountain view where it's a little bit raining. There's my chicken coop in the bottom. There's a trailer there that I used to stay in while I was actually building everything. I'm trying to sell it. And I'm trying to actually build a section there because I'm getting some wild blueberry trees. Well, they're about 8 feet. I'm gonna get them in the month of September. So we'll see how that goes. We got a lot of wood. We got 2 cords dropped off a couple of days ago. They're all wet now from the rain, which is fine. They'll be ready by October. I just have to actually stack them. This is gonna take me probably a whole day to stack them. I'm trying to actually build a small roof on top of that, like a lean roof on top of that container, so I can actually stack all that wood under it. And this way I'll be covered for the season. And when I was talking earlier about the mitochondria, guys, and you know, even thought creatine is one of the main ingredients with D-Ribose, it doesn't mean that you only take it once. Like you can take it 2 or 3 times, and it depends how you sleep. So let's say if you woke up in the morning and you're checking your HRV, and if your HRV is below 40, automatically do a front load of about 10 to 15 grams of creatine. And make sure you're doing a front load of your Himalayan or Celtic salt or Baja salt, whichever one you actually have access to, at least 1/4 teaspoon, because you probably lost so much fluids throughout the night. Your heart's trying to recover and end up being struggling a bit. So all that stuff matters. Your morning routine as soon as you wake up matters big, and it will actually change your performance throughout the day, whether you're going to be in a good mood or you're just not going to feel optimally. So that's very, very important. Very important. Probably wait till it stops raining, then we can go to town. Usually I don't come that early, but we thought we can do like an early session here. Doesn't look like everyone got the notification. I didn't even get a notification that I was going live for some reason. Sometimes it gets sent out, sometimes it doesn't. I guess it varies. I was gonna make some bone broth today. I still taken out 2 pounds of meat. So we're gonna have yak meat today, actually. It's gonna be a lot leaner. I have a thyroid nodule that is 1.9 centimeter using some Lugol's iodine. What dose would you recommend? Are you taking, what is it, about 2.5 to 12? You can go as high as 12 for it. How much you're taking right now? About 2.5? That's 2.5 usually the average, but you can go as high as 12, 3 days on, 2 days off, and cycle it back. But the nodule that is happening there is as well, and if it's not healing or it's taking a long time to actually feel better, it's just because you're not giving it the support it requires. So a lot of these things, like sometimes we're trying to fix certain things in our bodies, but we're not really giving it the full support. So that full support is required. Okay, if you're not giving it the full support, you're not going to be able to fix it correctly. So I'm just gonna, so this is what I mix in my water. So we got salt. This is about a half a teaspoon. So the salt I use is about three different kinds sometimes. And we got the, this is the Dead Sea salt. This is actually was supposed to be used for like, for bath and stuff. But actually I mix it with my water too. Found the nodule during MRI. Yeah, if you want like a specific protocol, I can draft you one out. But it's gonna take me like at least a couple hours to put it together, because like a lot of the protocols I put together is all gonna be part of the scientific literature, but some other things I look into as well. I'm gonna have to put it there. I'll do have to charge you for it, but I can help you with it if you want. It's up to you. So we can try to actually reverse it, but your mitochondria plays a huge role in that. and your diet as well plays a huge role in this. Make sure when you actually put all that salt in your vessel to actually mix it, for example, like a glass or copper, make sure you're doing it counterclockwise. Fixing computers now, but will contact you about this soon. Taking some selenium and vitamin E too. Just be careful of vitamin E, unless you're getting it directly from a NATO. But yeah, send me a message, let me know, or an email. I can create one for you. We can talk about, you know, cost-wise and everything, but I'll create one for you, whether you want like a 90-day or not. Later, that'd be great. And I can definitely get that going for you within a couple days. So before I get going, I know we're not for some reason not a lot of people got the message today to in regards to our live, and I know I won't take much of everybody's time, but the 13 Bob, okay, Maurice, what's your take on Dr. Aloe book on cholesterol? I've been doing carnivore keto for a year with much improvement, but LDL is 250. Always says below 60. If a heart attack, I'm concerned. Thoughts? Dr. Aloe, that guy is a funny character. He's the one who complained on my TikTok education, and I think it's because of him. I think maybe I could have been blocked because I went against him a few times, and I think his book is bullshit. There's another person who actually talks very highly about seed oil, and they're all in that same category of a marketing scam where they're just trying to actually sell pharmaceutical bullshit, to be honest with you. Like, imagine having a cholesterol of a 60. So this way you're not gonna be awakened, your brain is gonna be shut down, and you're just gonna be like a follower. So we're not looking for followers, Bob. We're looking for leaders. We're looking for strength. Cholesterol has nothing to do with a heart attack. Cholesterol has nothing to do with oxidization or causing cardiovascular events or anything like that. Cholesterol is an antioxidant. Cholesterol is crucial for your testosterone and hormones and many other things. So that said, if your cholesterol levels are going above the 450 nanograms per deciliter, then we need to actually dig a little bit further to see why. We know the diet that is high in saturated fats, following a carnivore or following a ketogenic, that we do consume high saturated fats. So that's why the cholesterol goes up. There's no issues there. The question is, then we do a test such as, let's say, ApoB or ApoA1, and we see the ratio. We're looking for a ratio below 0.7. If you don't see that, and we end up seeing your ApoB is a little bit high, that means your LDL receptors, they're not working correctly. Now, if you've already had a heart attack, then you probably have damaged LDL receptors. So if you have it damaged LDL receptors, and it could happen from few things. LDL receptors gets damaged from thyroid, from insulin resistance, low testosterone, estrogen deficiency. That's usually for women, for example, but sometimes male end up becoming more estrogen dominant. So all these things actually cause what is called LDL receptor damage. So if you have an LDL receptor damage, and that's why your cholesterol is going up, it doesn't mean it's a bad thing, but you have to control your LDL receptors. So the way you can control that, you can take supplementation, such as one of the most powerful one would be berberine, for example. Berberine will actually enhance your LDL receptors, so therefore they can actually work correctly. You have citrus bergamot, you have red yeast rice, you have niacin, you have plant sterols. So a lot of these things, they'll actually control your LDL receptors, and we'll start to see better biomarkers such as ApoB start to actually get balanced. So it's not so much about the cholesterol, it's not so much about the LDL. I've been on a carnivore diet for 11 years now, and you know, you definitely don't want the cholesterol to be below 60 like Dr. Al was saying, because that's nonsense. If that happens, then you're going to be deficient in vitamin D, which is a hormone. You're going to be deficient in coenzyme Q10, which is that's what supports your heart and your mitochondria. You're going to have low testosterone. You're going to become more estrogen dominant. So you're going to end up going from one medication to like 10 medications trying to fix the issues. It's very rare that it's almost less than 1% that you could have, let's say, hypercholesterolemia. Very, very rare. Or you might have the PCSK9 overexpression. Very rare. Very rare. Or you might have the ApoB, let's say, mutations. It's very rare. Like your LDL is at 250, that's nothing. My LDL is about 300 right now. So that's all based on the saturated fats you consume. But keep in mind, let's say if we're going back, thousands of years, a million years, the way we used to eat, let's say carnivore, keep in mind the animals we've actually ate were wild. Wild do not have a lot of fat. They're quite lean. So the only fat we'd actually get was from bone marrow. So when I eat quite lean. Like even the ground beef that I get is about 95% lean, 5% fat. Now the additional fat that I add, I only consume it from bone marrow, and that's technically how everybody should be consuming. We don't need very, very high fat. The fat, you should actually think of it as energy. So same thing as the carbohydrates. It's all base of energy. If you're not gonna use the energy is gonna get stored. And your LDLs are never gonna oxidize unless you have oxidative damage. And the oxidative damage could come from seed oils, sugars, environmental toxins, EMF, all that stuff could actually conflict. I hope that answers your question, but yeah, I would never really go below 60. Going below 60 is nonsense. And they keep changing the numbers of your cholesterols for the past 15 years. It used to be 350. Now they want it below 120. It's like, they keep pushing more people to go onto statins. I don't know, that's my thoughts. I know I always gonna put it back into your hands, but that's my thoughts, and that's what I've done a lot of research. Even the research, even thought they are suppressed research sometimes. states it there how much a person should have for cholesterol levels and others. And the way you can look at it, let's say if you do have any of the genetics, the LDL receptors turn over every 20 hours. So that's why, let's say, the intermittent fasting of eating one meal a day would be ideal in that case. If you end up having too much fat, well, the turnover is going to be within 20 hours, then you should be fine that way. And taking berberine, even taking berberine on an empty stomach, is going to upregulate your receptors expression. And that's how it's going to activate your AMPK for longevity, but at the same time, it's going to actually help recycle better. So there's a lot of ways of doing it. I know I kind of go into a lot of these questions. I'm trying to kind of give as much detail as I could. My cardiologist had me on Rapatha for a while, and I drove LDL way low, like 20, before I was enlightened. I have found LDL plays a role in lung bacteria level. Yeah, there's one doctor I was talking to. Once your LDL hits below 100, you're guaranteed to have cancer somewhere in your body. Let's just put it that way. You're guaranteed to have cancer somewhere in your body once your LDL goes below 100. They had me on statins, but I could not tolerate. Thank you. I will book a call. Sounds good, Bob. Yeah, book a time with me. We can go over everything in details. 100%. During a time of low LDL, I got a case of bacterial pneumonia. Nearly killed me. Oh, 100%. LDL, like I said, cholesterol is a major antioxidant. Major antioxidant. It fights off so much diseases in your body. So I tell this to everybody. Anytime you start to see a rise of LDL, like we're talking a rise over 400, 450, that's when I kind of wonder. Then we have to kind of keep in mind, okay, something going on in the body, and it requires more LDL to go out and actually fix that. And yet what we do is we try to shut it down. It's trying to fix something in your body. It's giving you a sign that there's something going on in your body. And what we do is we shut it down with like statins or Repatha or other things. We're not supposed to shut it down. We're supposed to actually go find out exactly why it's going up and why is it, what is it trying to fix in the body? Do we have inflammation? Do we have arterial damage? Do we have cancers? Do we have certain issues in the body that is actually increasing? So instead of shutting it down with statins, we need to find out what's going on, because if we shut it down, whatever issue we have is going to constantly continue growing and growing and getting worse and worse and worse in time. But keep in mind, a lot of these diseases take 10 to 30 years to develop. So if cholesterol is giving you a sign, I remember when I was 16 years old and I went to see my doctor, the first thing he said, hey, let's do a blood test. I didn't even know what the hell a blood test was. I wasn't really into the medical world and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, so we end up getting a blood test. He's like, oh, wow, your cholesterol is too high. We need to reduce it. I was 16 years old, and he wanted to suppress my cholesterol levels. I was 16 years old. So imagine a lot of the stuff that doctors do without actually being open-minded about, hey, this kid is in his growing phase. We should not really temper with his cholesterol because we're going to prevent proper testosterone, proper growth to the body. So going back to Dr. Alla, I would love to actually have a conversation with him, because he's all about pharmaceutical bullshit and just pushing medications. And there's a lot of doctors like him out there, which is unfortunate, that they keep pushing for a lot of that type of medications to make more money. But again, going back to your mitochondria, guys, I'm going to give you guys a list that taken me a long time to actually search. So if you guys want to write it down, or you can always rewatch this episode in regards to your mitochondria. So the main ingredients to support mitochondrial genesis. This is very, very important. Now you can take amino acids supplements. You can take them on an empty stomach. It doesn't have to be with food. Water soluble vitamins as well could be taken without food. The only time you need to take some of the supplements with food, only if it's a fat soluble. So again, I'm going to mention the ones. So you have Bio PQQ, you can take it without food, empty stomach. Coenzyme Q10 ubiquinol with food. It does require fat to be absorbed. Magnesium L-Threonate without food. NMN or NR, which is the NAD precursor, without food. Taurine without food. D-Ribose without food. Astaxanthin with food. It does require some fat. Omega-3 DHA especially with food. L-Carnitine without food. This is an amino acid. Alpha-Lipoic Acid, ALA, without food. Make sure you're looking for the R form. You have a creatine monohydrate without food. You have a glycine without food. And your last one would be, I'm not a huge fan because it depends on the company where it's been imported, is Shilajit now as well without food. Or you can actually just do like a 3 mixes of different salts to get the proper one, especially your Dead Sea salt. If you guys can get your hands on it, then you would actually have some of the fulvic acids sources in it. So these would be like your main 13 supplementation. You don't have to take all of them. You can take like a few of them that would actually support a strong mitochondria, and it causes mitochondrial genesis. You have to take it anywhere for up to 12 weeks, not 12 weeks, up to 12 months. And the way you can monitor if your mitochondria is doing good is all about recovery. It's all about your resting heart rate should be in the 40s to low 50s. Your HRV will actually start to improve within about 2 to 3 weeks. You should start to see your HRV actually improving. And that means you are on the right track and you're taking the right things. If you guys don't have any more questions, I'm gonna cut this video short. But if you do come across any questions, feel free to come back to this video and actually list it in the comments. Oh, we got one. Hey, Maurice, how can I stop creatine monohydrates from giving me diarrhea? You're probably taking a little bit too much than usual. Technically, it's supposed to be taken about I had the calculation done. I think it was like 0.4 per 1 pound of body fat. But let's assume you're taking 5 grams and it's causing that. Cut it down to about 3 grams multiple times throughout the day. Or you can actually just take it with food. And the only reason it's causing soft stool, that means it's passing your digestive system. That means your pH, where it should be between 1.5 and 2, is not. And that's what you need to do. There he is. There's the little guy. He's sitting on the bed waiting for me. He wants to go. Wanna go to town soon, Duke? But no swimming, okay? Because it's raining outside. I have to go to the store. You wanna say hi to everybody before we go? What? He couldn't sleep last night. It was really, really hot, wasn't it, Duke? Yeah, I know. What are you eating today? This is what Duke is gonna be eating today. You got on this about 3 pounds. I'll eat these two. We'll do like a 1 meal again. Oh, you guys can see my rifle. I shouldn't be putting that in the camera. Hey, you ready? Soon? 10 minutes? Want to see anything? The chickens are calling you. There we go. You sleep good today? No? You look tired. I'll take a nap before we go. You tell me what you want to do. Maybe we'll do another video in the afternoon. Oh, you just want to lay down? Okay, lay down. Lay down. Duke is a big boy. Okay, guys, since we don't have many questions anymore, I am gonna get going. Gotta take Duke to the store, and we're gonna probably go for a nice little walk. You guys have a good Saturday. Maybe if I'm not too busy, I might maybe do another one in the evening or possibly tomorrow. Maybe today. I don't know. I'll see. It depends. If the weather is raining, I'll do another one maybe later today. To my usual timing, I'll do it. I think it's a little bit in the afternoon, around 2 o'clock my time or so, 2 or 3. Right now it's about 11 a.m. 11 right now. Cheers to that. Yeah, it's probably around 2 or something. I'll do one. That's when we get a little bit more people joining us. In the meantime, you guys have a good Saturday. I'm sure I'll come back either today or tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. My website, it's okay, Duke. My website, isn't it showing up there? Here, let me type it because it doesn't allow me to type it for some reason. Let me see if I can I'll put it here. Let's see. So the website is, hold on. Let's see if you guys can see it. So there it is. It says stan.store/Maurice Daher. This is the main website. So if you go there, you can actually book a time. You can see my favorite supplement. All that stuff is on here. The heart protocol, the whole thing. But yeah, that's the main website there. And I'm probably gonna start, putting more stuff that is a little bit downloadable for free, specifically some of the new stuff I've been talking about, specifically the electrolyte that I've been mixing when I do because I do a 48 to a 72 hour fasting every single week. Are you still on TikTok? I can't find you. I got banned from TikTok. I got banned from TikTok about 4 weeks ago. I just started a new account, and I only have about 300 followers. So from 300,000 followers down to only 300 followers. But I'll try to kind of focus a little bit more on YouTube and maybe Instagram. TikTok is okay. I can't really do lives there yet. The new account, it's not. I did put it under my name, so let me show you the new account name. So this is it, TikTok.com. So we got Inflammation Reset. So that's gonna be the new account. When you go there, you can see some of my videos. Look how many. This is from yesterday. From 250 to 342 is okay, but I'll get there eventually. So that's it. Inflammation Reset is my new account. If you don't get banned, you aren't trying hard enough. Yeah, no kidding. I've been banned 3 times. Wow. Yeah, it's insane. And not clear. Oh, it's not clear. Oh, there. Can you see it right now? Got it. TikTok. It's inflammation reset. Yeah, it's I got banned because you know how it is, right? I can't even talk about anything or everything anymore. It just everything is being suppressed, which is kind of unfortunate. But you know what can we do? We can only do so much. We can only do so much on a lot of these platforms, and I hate. And the problem is, I went back to the original account because I want to download some of the videos about Duke when he was like 7 weeks old. When I got him, pictures, everything I've had on TikTok, they wouldn't even allow me to go and actually retrieve any of my data. So it was kind of terrible, and kind of lost a lot of good information, a lot of good pictures that I was kind of got disappointed, which is too bad. So here, I'll leave you guys with one thing you should actually consider. Have you heard about the Nature article, niacin breakdown products being harmful? Yeah, I think I've read about niacin a while ago, but I think it's all bullshit. And hey, you just reminded me. I should take my niacin right now. You know, they've been trying to suppress and shut down niacin for the past 67 years. I'll take niacin with my vitamin B1 same time. So I've been taking niacin for 11 years now. I take probably about 5,000 to 2,000 a day. Microplastics. You know the funny thing is, we can eliminate a lot of things from the body, like microplastics, heavy metals, all that stuff, as long as you drink your electrolyte. Make it at home. Don't buy anything from the stupid stores. And going into autophagy. The problem is everybody fasting, a 16/8 or a whatever time frame they want to do on a daily basis, 16 hours, 18 hours, 23 hours. The thing is, we have to actually activate autophagy, like we're talking deep state autophagy, and it has to be done consistent because the body is tightly regulated, and if you give the body the natural sources, then it can actually detoxify everything. But the thing is, we're so blinded with a lot of the marketing that they trying to sell us stuff all the time to detoxify and get rid of heavy metals, while your body can actually get it done on its own. If you let the body kind of go into a relaxation stage, because you cannot be digesting the same time you're trying to heal your body. To heal your body, you have to go into deep state autophagy. So that's why I do a 48 or a 72-hour fasting on a weekly basis, not once a month, on a weekly basis. Himalayan salt and water is okay? Yeah, it's fine. Thoughts on peptide? What do you need to know about peptides? Peptides work not bad. You just have to do a cycle of 6 to 8 weeks, and if it's actually working for you, you can do another cycle. If it's not working for you, then move on to something else. But yeah, they do work. Your electrolytes has to be at least 3 types of different salts mixed together with other things, with some osmic water. Very expensive. I'm trying to get a company that we can actually support. What is the most effective to raise HDL as natural over around 38-42? You can actually take niacin. Niacin will actually increase your HDL production. Citrus bergamot will actually increase it. HIIT training, high intensity interval training, zone 2, all that stuff will actually increase your HDL levels. My HDL levels in the upper 60s, so you can actually bring it up to the upper 60s very easily. Being 38, 42 is quite low. You can take C15 is not bad. You can take omega-3s, will actually increase your HDL as well too. But if it's actually suppressed that low, obviously there's some type of inflammation is preventing it from actually increasing. L-carnitine benefits dosage. Yeah, you need at least 2 grams a day. L-carnitine works really, really good with niacin. If you have like the genetic, the lipoprotein small a, it will actually benefit, but it is gonna boost up your mitochondria. I use it for actually mitochondria biogenesis, the L-carnitine. I take about 1 gram of liposomal. How to lower lymphocytes? Lymphocytes is all related to your diet. You're probably getting more simple carbs, I think, more than anything that is actually causing it. It could be something going on in your body that is actually causing it to increase. How to decrease LDL? Why do you want to decrease your LDL? There's nothing wrong with your LDL, only unless it's being oxidized. So what you have to do is get a blood test and check for OX LDL and your ApoB and ApoA1 so you can find the ratio. If all these 3 things are under control, then you don't have to worry about your LDL. If not, then we'll have to see whether your LDL receptors are functioning correctly or not. If they're not functioning, then you'll have to actually fix your LDL receptors and not worry about your LDL levels. Because if your LDL receptors are damaged, then your OX LDL will be on the high side. Hope that makes sense. But keep in mind, what do you call it? Niacin is so freaking powerful. That's why, they're trying to shut it down. So imagine you take niacin, you're gonna lower your LDL, you're gonna increase your HDL, you're gonna lower your triglycerides, you're gonna lower your LP small a, all from one amazing supplement called niacin that everybody can afford. And we can get plenty of it from eating, some good rich beef liver or lamb liver, if you like that stuff. I love it. So that's how you can control it. It's that simple. Yeah, you don't need to take heavy medication or statins or anything like that. All that stuff is just bullshit. It's just causing more harm than good. It's all about suppressing your mind so you're not thinking outside the box. How much niacin per day? It varies per individual. You can take 500 is a good start. You are gonna feel, tingly and red, and your skin is gonna flush. And if you find yourself you're doing good with 500 milligrams, then stick to it. If not, then you can actually increase. I take 500 to 1500, sometimes 2000. It depends. I just took 500 right now when I was talking to you guys a few minutes ago. Right, Duke? Go get the ball. I'll play with you. Still raining. Is flushing a warning sign? No, flushing is harmful. Flushing, what it does, it opens up your capillaries and vasodilate your system. So that's why you get that flushing. It's 100% harmless. It's not a side effect. When you tell the cardiologist, hey, I want to take niacin instead of statin, the first thing he scares you with, he's like, hey, it's going to cause flushing. Yeah, flushing is harmless. People love it. I love it when you turn red, especially if you want to train or go into a freaking sauna. It's amazing. Hi, Maurice. I'm on a plane because of oh, John, you're traveling today. Hey, have a safe flight. And I hope things go well and you guys enjoy your time out there. May work cheap for you. May work out. My LP small a was high. I take 1000 milligrams niacin. So the idea to actually lower LP small a is not taking a very high dose of niacin, because your body can only absorb about 200, 250 milligrams per dose. So it's better if you take like 250 milligrams and kind of divide it where you're taking it every 3 hours or 4 hours. That would be the best way to lower your LP small a. And L-carnitine will actually enhance that because they both work as a combination to lower your what do you call it? Your LP small a. What is the best daily dose of injectable L-carnitine, and is it more effective than acetyl-L-carnitine? Also, can you discuss the benefits of the supplements? The L-carnitine and acetyl-L-carnitine, they're two different things. You know, one actually works to support your mitochondria. One works to support your lipids and your fat storage, everything. But yeah, they both have different benefits. There's three types of L-carnitine. There's another one, can't remember the exact name. Propylate, I think it's called. What dose of niacin? I would take 250 milli because due to gout issue, because it does increase uric acid, you can go about 100 up to 250. If you didn't get an issue, then I would go every 4 hours. If you have major issue with gout, then I would skip niacin, maybe keep it at a small dose, and maybe add red yeast rice and citrus bergamot. These will do very good effect. Regarding the Starlink internet, what's good to clear the regarding the Starlink internet? May work out cheap for you. Yeah, the Starlink internet is the problem is because I'm covered by mountains here. When I actually scanned the sky before I was gonna order one, I'm only covered for about 45%. So I might not get a good signal, I don't think. What's good to clear the flu? Well, it depends. Your most important one is gonna always be NAC and vitamin C. They're gonna be your top performers to actually do that. And it depends how much you wanna take. Like say the NAC, if you have like a flu or you're coming down with something, I would go NAC of 1200 milligrams every 3 hours, 3 days on, 2 days off. Or if it's coming down like really harsh, then you can go 2400 milligrams 3 times a day, 2 days on, 3 days off. And it depends how you feel on the days off. It's whether you want to cycle it back on or not. So it kind of varies. But that's like the ideal intake. Duke, you ready? I know I said I was gonna leave like 10 minutes ago, and you guys now asking me more questions. So we'll wait a few more minutes, maybe 3 minutes till 11:30, and then me and Duke can leave. Looks like the house is finished. Yeah, the house is pretty much all. This is the inside. I just installed this the other day, the ceiling fan. I just have to get some type of electrician or somebody to come and actually wire the back end. So the nice thing is because I made all these panels from what do you call it? I can't remember. So I don't like to put drywall, so I just kind of put all these panels. And the nice thing is every time I want to do something, I can pull a few panels out, hide the wire, then put them back on. So I took a few out and I will put them back on. I got the wire done. I'm trying to make it free electricity here, so therefore it's not there's no EMF or nothing. So, but I have to put the fan because I can get my wood stove in the sun in the winter time, so I get proper heat going all around. But yeah, most of it is done. Just few minor things. How to make electrolyte drink at home. Looks really cool. Thank you. Let's show these guys how. I put a recipe in Substack. Somebody asked me, he's like, can you share a recipe? And I actually shared a really, really good recipe. But here's the one of the drink I just made this morning. So what I do is you got glass, of course, right? then, you know, clean water. This is spring water. Then what I do is I add 1/4 teaspoon of Himalayan salt, 1/4 teaspoon of Vancouver Island salt, so which is very similar to Celtic salt, very, very clean salt. And I go 1/4 teaspoon of Dead Sea salt. So I use about 3 types of salt in here. Then I put a couple of drops of apple cider vinegar. Sometimes I don't like to do it, but just for flavor wise, that's it. Or you can put lemon if you want. Then I add the trace minerals. So you got 3 types of salt, plus you got a trace minerals. So we're trying to kind of get as much of the mineralization as possible. What else do I add? I'm just trying to think. That's it. And pretty much when you mix it, counterclockwise for mixing it. And once you're done mixing it, let it sit for 5 minutes. And I also add the with my water, I also add the shungite with the water as well too. I usually have them within my filtration. So the shungite are like more of the carbon rocks that you can actually use. So this way it kind of cleans the water from any pollutants, chemtrail bullshit that we get from the sky. We have been off grid for 10 years. Solar, wall greenhouse, chickens and dairy and goats. You're getting there. I would love to get there. 10 years, that's awesome. I've been coming here for like almost 5 to 7 years. And I've been clearing like one section at a time. Finally got to what I want. But would love to stay here forever. But this is a year that I'm gonna actually stay here the whole time. So I got my chicken coop going. It's a lot of work by yourself, you know, going from one level to another. But I'm getting there slowly. I love it. I will never go back to the city. And you know, it's making it happen. Maybe soon I'll get some goats. Hopefully, would be awesome. Get some raw milk. That would be the key. Someday I hope you'll give up your recipe and for pickled garlic. Oh, this is my jar of pickled garlic. I'm down. So I made this back in 2022. And I think I'm down to like maybe like 6-7 pieces of my pickled garlic. So the pickled garlic, this is very crucial because it's all about volume control of your arteries. Free range eggs, yes, the chickens are free range. I do let them out sometimes, but I have to actually hold Duke because he goes crazy. But all they've been eating is like dandelions and a whole bunch of other greens and stuff. A lot of worms. I use Dead Sea salt too. It was recommended by the company for topical use. The MgCI content helps relax sore muscles. You are the first I've heard that you use it orally. I do use it orally. I don't tell this to anybody. So the Dead Sea salt is so cheap to buy because it's actually used as, you know, for topical, like for your deep skin cleansing and shower and all that stuff. What they don't tell you, if you actually check the certificate of analysis, you can actually see exactly what source it has. Now, the way they actually scare you from the Dead Sea salt, they put the bromide being super high, but if the bromide is naturally occurring, it does not cause any issues to the body. So you gotta start like with 1/8 of a teaspoon or 1/4 of a teaspoon per liter. Now I take 1/4 of a teaspoon per like half a liter. But yeah, it is drinkable, and just see how you see, because the electrical functions in the brain and the body start to freaking change so rapidly. And it's funny, you start to feel in such an amazing mood, like within days, it just changes night and day. See, if this Dead Sea salt that I buy for so cheap if this was actually, if it had the stamp being a human consumption, the price would probably jump from, let's say, $40 to about $120 or $130. And all it is just a freaking label. The testing is the same, the salt is the same, everything's still the same. It's like you going out to the supplement store, buying boron of 2 milligrams for $20 that lasts you like a month, or you can go buy borax, the detergent, which is like 1.8 kilogram for like $7. That could last you about probably 5-6 years. I've been using mine for the past 5 years and I still have so much. This is my boron that I call it boron. It's actually borax, and I put that in my water too. Forget to tell you guys. So I put about 1/8 of a teaspoon with my water. Preacher men, 100% to your last comment. 100% it is. So if you guys want me to teach how I do this, the garlic stuff. So yeah, I get the Russian garlic or the Spanish garlic. I usually grow it myself. And this has actually been sitting here since 2022. There's my other one that I made too. And this one as well, 2022 was done too. And all you gotta do is just peel the garlic, as many you can fit in a whole container, glass container, and fill it up with apple cider vinegar and seal it, and do not open it for at least 10 days. After 10 days, it's good to go. That's it. And make sure you don't eat no more than 3 a day. Because if you eat more than three cloves a day, then you're gonna actually kill some brain cells, and that's not gonna be good. Isn't garlic toxic? A lot of these health influencers say it is. Like I said, it is toxic if you actually eat more than 3. It's gonna kill brain cells. And you don't want it to kill any brain cells. But other than that, you know, a lot of stuff are toxic. That's why there's control portions, right? So you're gonna be using them as medicinal purposes. It's the same thing as me telling you, you know, don't drink too much water because it could actually kill you, which is true. It does kill you. It will cause inflammation in the brain. So everything has its purpose. So what would the benefit be if we do it less than that? So 3 cloves, under 3 cloves is perfect. This is to actually control the volume of the plaque on the arteries, especially if there's soft plaque. And I usually only give it or recommend it to certain patients only if they have a high levels of LPPLA2. It's very, very simple. A lot of this stuff is simple to use. Like your main food is meat, eggs, raw milk, organs, maybe some fish if you can actually fish them out yourself from a clean lakes. That's your main ingredients of food of intake. The rest of it, you know, if you're looking at plants and other things, they should be used for medicinal purposes, and that's it. That's all it should be. Cheers, Rooster. Same to you. So that's how a lot of this stuff used. It doesn't mean, you know, if it's good for you, just take it in high dosing. You could be actually hurting your body more than you're actually feeling better. Okay, guys, I'm glad you told me that limit. For a long time I ate the entire bulb, mostly raw, to wipe out the jaw, tooth infections. You can use, yeah, don't eat the whole thing. It's just gonna cause, you know, brain cells, and that's why your brain start to go at like 100 miles an hour, right? Which is kind of crazy and you can't control it, is because of garlic is killing brain cells. What's good to boost testosterone? There's a lot of things. I wrote an article on Substack. If you go there, you can actually see the article step by step on how to boost your testosterone levels. But the only reason a lot of the males are having issues with their testosterone, because we are all estrogen dominant. And when you become estrogen dominant, then your testosterone fails. So that's a big thing. And to give you another example, I'll give you like a very, very easy example. I eat 250 meals a year. Average person eats 1,095 meals a year. So figure that out. I hope that kind of gives you like a really good understanding. And people ask me, well, how the hell do you eat 250 meals a day? Is 250 meals a year? It's easily done with proper fasting. Whenever you see a lot of individuals doing like 18 hour, 16 hour, 15, that's bullshit. That's not a true fasting. True fasting is you have to go into a deep state of prolonged fasting, autophagy. And I'm not talking, doing like a 5-day or a 10-day. All that stuff is bullshit as well too. It's all about staying consistent. Don't get me wrong. If you want to do it for weight loss, it's fine. But the more you actually do it, the better you get at it. It's all about consistency. It's the same thing when you work out. It's not like you're going to do like it's not like you're going to do squats, let's say, or bench press or bicep arms. Let's say you're going to do it once a month or once every 6 months. You're going to do it for 5 days straight and you're going to stop. That's what people are doing. They do like a 5-day fast or a 10-day fast and they say, hey, I feel great. So think of it as you training. You have to train every single day to actually get where you want. So you have to train your biceps, let's say, twice a week or once a week. It's all about consistency to actually build that muscle. So if you're actually doing fasting, 5 days fasting once every 6 months, what makes you think you're going to heal your body or fix whatever is going on in your system? It's all about consistency. But if you do it on a weekly basis, you're going to notice a huge difference. A huge difference. So I do a consistent basis weekly, 48 to 72 hours based on how I feel. And that's how I'm able to actually cut my meals by doing, when I did the calculations, I only eat about 250 meals a year. That's it. So it's all about consistency. And that's how you can actually heal your body and reverse certain damage goes in your system. But we can talk about all that. Did you notice difference in energy and mood after switching to an animal base? I've been doing the animal base for 11 years. If I didn't enjoy it and I felt so powerfully strong, cognitive wise, mentally, physically, sleep, all that, I wouldn't have stuck with it. So it's been 11 years for me right now. And trust me, when you start to actually eat raw sometimes, it's night and day, because you don't have to eat as much. You eat a lot less because your body is actually will break it down correctly. And the nice thing is, I don't know if I should put this out there, but you save so much money on freaking toilet paper, to be honest with you, because it is true. Like some influencers, they say it's like a ghost wipe. That is 100% true. That's how us a human should be. We should never have to utilize them things. But keep in mind, always question everything, because a lot of people, they try to always sell you things, especially things that the body does not require. Yeah, it's crazy how much money we spend on things we don't need. And whoever tells you that carnivore is expensive, or meat or animal-based diet is so expensive, it's not. It's actually, you save so much money because you don't have to put the sauces and the seed oils and the flavors and the other things on the meat. You know, just cook the damn meat, put so much freaking salt on it, and enjoy it. And as you can see, I keep them in room temperature. Almost about, so I've had them outside right now, room temperature, since this morning at 6 a.m. I won't eat till about, my optimal time to eat is between 5 and 7 p.m. That's when I actually like to have my meal. I usually train about 4 p.m. so I can starve my cells and actually ready to consume the food. And usually the meat's sitting there at room temperature before I consume it. And trust me, you don't crave anything. You feel satisfied, you feel satiated, you feel that your body is 100% completed. And seriously, guys, if you follow me, and most of you guys have been following me for a long time, I'll change the way you think. I cook for my dog for 7 years, best thing ever. Oh, 100%. I cook for Duke quite a bit because sometimes the source, I can't really trust the source where the meat comes from sometimes. And for some reason, he doesn't do well when I give him raw eggs, so I have to cook the eggs for him. But yeah, eggs and meat, that's all he eats. He does not need more than that. And seriously, it's a change. And fasting is very, very important for them too. Like when I do the 48-hour fasting, he doesn't like it. He's always like looking for a treat and something, but his listening and focusing, it's night and day. It changes because you know they are food driven, and for me to control them a little bit better, especially when right now we start to go to town and we go down to the water, I just let him out with no leash. He actually pays more attention to what I want compared to what he wants. Yeah, take notes. There's a lot of information. My brain is full of so much information. I'd love to share it with everybody. There's way too many things. That's why I've been writing on articles, and I've been writing my book that I'm gonna launch in about 9 months. I hope I can finish it because a lot of people are relying on me on that book. It's gonna have a lot of good information in it. I've seen recently some young TikTok guy selling the bloating supplement and saying salt causes deep bloating. He made a lot of money with it the first day. Crazy how they can scam people like that. Oh, it's crazy. Trust me, anybody who can actually make money, people are money hungry and they think that money could actually fix everything. Like, don't get me wrong, we do need money sometimes to actually live. But the way I look at it is, you know, if I am thankful, that's all I care for. If I can feed myself and feed Duke and be able to afford the way I live, I don't really care about money because money comes and goes. You want money to flow through you. You never want to say the words, I need money or I want to make money off people and scam people left and right. You know, it's all about letting things flow, you know, be down to earth and have the proper frequency and be grounded and give to people as much as you could, because that knowledge would be actually passed from one individual to another. That's the only way we can actually heal ourselves and actually be able to live. When I put my head on, I want to make sure I feel satisfied and I feel that I've actually helped people, not rip people off to actually go buy toys or go buy things that we don't need. Easy come, easy go. So work hard for it. It will come. Just let it flow. Never think about it. Just let it happen. And you know, I think the moment the more you live that way, the better you're gonna feel overall. And that's what I think. So in my water, we got 3 types of salt. We have borax. We have a couple of drops of apple cider vinegar. We have trace minerals. Trace minerals coming from the company Trace Minerals, for example. So that's what your water should be like. And you should never really put on a fridge, and should always be in room temperature. Now, if you don't want to put apple cider vinegar, a couple of drops, you can put a couple of drops of lemon in it. So throughout the whole day, I probably drink 2 of these. So that's equivalent to about 1 liter of water a day. That's it. That's how much your body requires to actually stay hydrated correctly. You don't need to guzzle 3 liters or 4 liters like a lot of people talk. A lot of doctors, they say you need to drink that much water. No, that's all bullshit. You're gonna overstimulate your kidneys, and you're gonna cause a lot of issues. By the way, guys, here's a quick tip before I go. Drinking Dead Sea salt, if anybody has issues with their psoriasis, or you have issues with psoriasis or skin issues, is gonna probably disappear. But your diet still plays a role in that because it's all due to hormonal fluctuation. And the only reason you get hormonal fluctuation because your mineralization is they're not balanced correctly. I've learned so much. Can't wait for your book. Yeah, I have to start to set time on the site to actually continue working on it. I'm still kind of in a few chapters, but get in there. Get in there, hopefully soon. It will be actually, once it's fully published, it is gonna be pretty much all over the place, hopefully. Hopefully, it'll get me into some maybe podcasts where I can start talking to a lot of people live, but it'll be interesting. We'll see what happens when it comes out. In the meantime, you guys take care of yourself because I do have to get going, and I know this guy is waiting for me. He wants to go. So you ready to go, bud? Yeah? Okay. Yes, I appreciate you sharing the information. I will apply your word recommendation. Awesome. You guys, in the meantime, you take care. If I'm not busy later in the afternoon, I'll do another live. If not, probably maybe tomorrow. So you guys take care of yourselves, and we'll chat soon. Cheers.